What's up, everybody? This is Commercy Capsule / Mr. Smiles a Lot with another Let's Talk Media LLC audio podcast. How's everybody doing today? I hope you're all having a wonderful Sunday, as am I. I had a really good time last night celebrating my sister-in-law's birthday celebration, and I had a really good time Friday night seeing my brother. He came into town from Los Angeles. I might end up seeing him today later on, or maybe later on this morning. I'm not sure, but either way, it'd be nice to see him again. Anyway, as you all know, on my podcast, I like to talk about things that are positive, things that can make you feel better, just to, make you feel good for whatever you're going through, things of that nature, right? Oh boy, so let's see. Today, I would like to talk about different ways to take care of yourself, or better care of yourself, right? So there's a lot of different ways to talk about this, and I like to talk, as you know, about mental health things, that situation, or that nature. Sorry, I'm trying to talk while also looking up on the internet right now. Okay, so this is from Forbes Health. 10 easy self-care ideas that can help boost your health. So I'm just going to go on here like I do with most, of my podcasts here when I talk about things like this. I just look up different information from different websites and say what they got to say, and then give my reflections personally or just talking in general. So anyway, what is self-care? So this says, my definition of self-care means knowing what is needed to ensure your health and happiness in life. According to Robin Gobin, sorry if I said your last name wrong, no disrespect, PhD, a licensed clinical physiologist, or is that psychologist? Psychologist and author of the self-care prescription, who's based in I'm sorry. I'm a little bit tired today, guys. I haven't got the best sleep this past couple of days, so please bear with me. And the weather's been kind of up and down here in St. Louis, so I'm a little cloudy-minded, but I'm okay though. So anyway, I'm here for you guys. So, but anyway, psychologist and author of the self-care prescription, who's based in Savoy, Illinois. That's funny. It's pouring into yourself and taking care of yourself, right? So, and then the next example is, you could think of it as being a good mother to yourself, as Los Angeles-based clinical psychotherapist and a year of self-care author Zoe Shaw, PSYD, so Psych D, PSY period, capital D period, and quotations. When we think of what a good mother is, it's someone who is nurturing and warm, but is also someone who makes you eat your vegetables, go to bed on time, and brush your teeth, which is true. That's why my wife and I make sure, especially she does, that we make sure that Jack stays on the schedule, trust me. She says, self-care takes all this into account, refreshing the body as well as the mind, which is so true. So, their next examples here are, what are the benefits of self-care? So, real quick for me, right, when it comes to self-care, I guess you could say just like going for a run, practicing martial arts. I know I talk about it all the time, but doing this stuff. Media-wise, and it gives me good mental clarity. It makes me feel good, knowing that I'm going to come home to my wife and my kid every day. Just like having him in my life, that's good self-care. Taking breaks, working half days, taking days off of work when I know I really need it and when I can actually do it. Like taking a mild mental health day. You always want to make sure that you're always taking care of yourself no matter what, I know that's kind of an obvious given, and we all know that, but we all don't really think about that. You know what I'm saying? So let's see what they have to say. Self-care may sound like a fluffy, that's funny, excuse me, wellness word, but experts emphasize it's deeply important. Without self-care, someone can feel burned out, depressed, or anxious. says Judith Belmont, MS, medical. I'm not sure what that means. I'm sorry, medical MS. So, she's a psychotherapist. Okay, in Naples, Florida. Hey, that's actually where we're going to be going for my son's second birthday. It'll be his first trip, and he'll be turning 2 in Florida, and it's going to be a nice, well, earned/deserved vacation. Trust me, I'm so excited. Anyway, and author of the 5-Minute Self-Care Journal for Women. Many people also find that their relationships suffer when they don't take time for self-care. That's what she had to say, right? And I do believe that it's so true. Taking good care of yourself is crucial for having the physical, mental, and emotional energy to accomplish your goals. As Dr. Shaw, just like a car needs regular maintenance to run properly, so do we. Without self-care, we break down. Wow. See, that's what I mean. So, you can work hard. You can do what you have to do, but if you don't take care of your own mental and physical health and take breaks for yourself, you'll break down a little bit. It's hard to explain, but you just won't feel right, Okay, so we have a few examples here. So what are the types of self-care? And pardon my coughing, by the way. Like I said, I'm not sick, but this weather, and I know they say it has to do more with your immune system, right? And not so much how the weather is, but anyway, my sinuses have been kind of messing with me, and my throat's been kind of just, not scratchy or itchy, I've just been having a weird, phlegmy cough. I don't know what it is, but trust me, if I was sick, my wife would have gotten sick a long time ago, just from being around me in general, and so did my kids, so, I don't know. Sorry if I sound like I'm a little, or down, I'm actually, not even that tired, I'm pretty awake. My voice just sounds a little bit lower and a little bit more raspy, just from, how it's been from the weather. Anyway, so, what are the types of self-care? Well, first I guess number 1, right? Physical. This type of self-care is taking care of your body. Says Dr. Gobbin. Okay, so there's the doctor again. Okay. It involves getting enough sleep, making sure to work movement into your day, and fueling your body with nourishing food. Right, for me, that would be, like I said, working out and all that, but also going to my chiropractor. Oh my goodness, thank you, Dr. Savello. You've been amazing, sir. Huge shout out to Dr. Savello over at Lifetime Clinic here in the front neck. If you guys live in St. Louis and you need a chiropractor, I'm just saying you should go to Dr. Savello. He's amazing. He has literally helped me so much with my body and the way I can move and just everything in general. I'm now literally able to stand on one foot for 20 to 30 seconds on each foot. I can do a full 180-degree turn. When I twist around, I can pretty much touch my toes without even really trying. He's amazing. Anyway, I'm excited to see him tomorrow. But yeah, so mental. Well, here we go. I talk about mental health all the time, right? Here's the next example of what they have to say. Mental self-care starts with paying attention to how you're talking to yourself, says Dr. Shaw. If you are feeding yourself toxic messages like you aren't good enough, mental self-care replaces that with something more encouraging. She says another aspect is challenging yourself intellectually, such as word game apps like Wordle, reading, or learning a new language. Right, so, yeah, you do want to do things that get your neurons and your brain firing and your endorphins and your, just everything going, working out, reading, like they said, doing something that just makes you happy. Anything in general, whatever that may be. I'm trying to think of another example. So, going for a bike ride, seeing friends, going out, seeing loved ones, spending time going out for dinner, stuff like that. All things that are good for your mental health. Sorry that took me so long to think of that. I know there's real simple things, but there's about a million examples that you could say when it comes to your mental health of how you can take care of yourself for, like they said, self-care. So it's kind of hard for me to personally think of everything all at once because, like I said, it can, So next one, emotional. Emotional self-care is about understanding your emotions, as Dr. Shaw. Okay, Dr. Shaw again. So, a lot of people go through life just reacting and not understanding where those reactions are coming from. Journaling and therapy are examples of emotional self-care. Right, so, like when you have a diary, or let's say that you're feeling sad or emotional or mad or angry about something, right? I guess instead of taking out on that person who's making you feel that way, I think they say journal it, or talk to a therapist, or find a way to vent to where it's not attacking or going after the other person. Because the thing is that in life, you always got to make sure your emotions are in check. I think especially before you do anything. You know what I mean? Like, make sure your heart is in it for whatever you're about to do, or make sure that your heart's in the right spot, in the right place. And then, that's where your emotions can come into it. Because your emotions come from your heart, and your emotions come from your brain. And your brain can't function without your heart, and your heart can't function without your brain, right? So when you have an emotional reaction to something, or you want to have an emotion towards it, make sure that you're doing it the right way. Like they said, make sure you understand where those reactions are coming from. Because sometimes, whether the reactions are negative or positive, they're coming from somewhere. So, before maybe you make a bad decision with your emotions, I guess you could say, make sure that you are in a good emotional spot before you make that decision, right? Maybe I'm just rambling on. I'm not sure. I'm a little tired, but like I said, does that make any sense? Like before I do anything, I make sure my mental health is in check with it, and I make sure my heart's in the right place with it. And my emotional state, my mental and emotional state. You know what I'm saying? Before and my physical. So basically, all these are tying into how I like to live my life as well, which is kind of funny. So there's also spiritual. Here we go. Speaking of which, connecting to a higher purpose can be a form of self-care, according to Belmont. For some people, this is tied to religion, right? But it doesn't have to be, okay? It's about, and he says, or she says, it's about connecting to the fact that your life has meaning and pursuing your passion. She says, okay, I forgot, Miss Belmont was she. Right, so, it doesn't only have to be religion. It doesn't have to be God. Maybe it is something spiritual within yourself. Maybe it's a new awakening. Maybe it's a new changing. Maybe you change yourself for the better. You know what I mean? Maybe you're going through something. Maybe you're struggling with something. Like, maybe, who knows? Maybe you're struggling with an addiction of some sort, and you need to go to the right medical clinic to get that help. And then let's say that you stay clean for a long time. That can be good for, your higher purpose. Let's say that you go back to school and you get another degree to help your family or help yourself out. That could be a higher purpose. Let's say that you get in better shape for yourself. That's a higher purpose. Let's say that, it's any way that you could turn your life around. That could be spiritual for you. Or maybe you accomplish something that you've been really wanting for a long time. That could be a higher purpose. So connecting to higher purpose can be, like this, that is a form of self-care, right? So the more you have self-care for yourself, your spiritual self will be in check, and you'll be a happier person. And then, like I keep saying, then I'll go back to the physical, mental, and emotional, all tied in to that together. You know what I mean? Excuse me. So anyway, there's social. Even if you're introverted, right? Belmont says social care is important. It involves spending time with people you enjoy. Considering that loneliness is scientifically linked to worsening both mental and physical health. Particularly among older adults, this type of self-care shouldn't be overlooked. Right. So, it is true. Like, this is going to sound really mean, I know. But, I always try to say, be loving and accepting of other people and things of that nature. I do mean that, but you've also got to realize when you're around just bad, wrong, negative people, and realize that, you're probably better off, cutting them out of your life, especially for your mental health. Because if they're causing you stress, anger, or anxiety, or making you act a certain way that you don't act, if they're making you get angry every time you're around them, if they make you stressed out and it doesn't make you like the way that you talk, or you don't like the way it makes you angry or makes your emotions act up, and then what I'm saying is that socially, yes, like I said, be around those that you do enjoy. But remember, consider that loneliness is scientifically linked to worsening both mental and physical health, right? So, I think it'd be better to get rid of negative, toxic people out of your life, than to keep them around. I'm not saying that you should be lonely or lonely, because it is linked to worsening. You need people in your life to make you better, right? But when it does the type of self-care should be overlooked, in my opinion, right? Just make sure that you're around those right people. That's what I do. That's why my same friends are my same friends. My new friends, they're great and all that, and that's why I keep them around, because they haven't been mean, they haven't shown me any toxicity, they haven't shown me any reason not to like them, not to trust them, not to want to be around them, not to want to be their friend, not to want to, and it works out for me in the end. Because as social as I am, as extroverted as I am, as loving and, willing as I am to be nice about that and, just be who I am and, let people in, I am also very careful about how I do it, Anyway, and then there's also financial. If you have debt, it is going to have a ripple effect over other areas of your life, says Belmont. That's why it's important to prioritize financial self-care, she explains, which includes budgeting, financial planning, and managing debt. Plus, some extra cash could come in handy in a medical emergency. That's true. So, that's why I'm glad I've got a good job that's, gives me benefits. I'm glad that's why, I've got, good paychecks. That's why I'm glad I am able to put cash into my wife's family account every time I get paid. It's nice that we have learned how to grow up and mature together and plan financially better together as well, because we don't have any debts right now. Besides paying a mortgage and our house payments, but that's the point is that we own this house, and it's nice to know that. But point of what I'm saying is that, always make sure your finances are intact, especially if you have a family. You got to make sure that you're good in that area, especially before you decide to do anything, make any major decisions, buy anything major, or do anything drastic. My wife and I did do some renovations on the house, but not that much, and we were able to afford it because of that. And, we were able to afford our fireplace installment, things like that. So what I'm saying is, you want to make sure that financially you're good to go, because if you're good financially, that will help you with the mental health as well, because that way you won't be stressing out about, things that you can't take care of in your life. And, life is a struggle, life is a journey, right? And we might not all, be there financially, and that's okay. Just try to find a way to get there. I know it's not always easy, but, maybe it's not easy because your physical health isn't, there. Your mental, emotional, spiritual, social, right? So maybe once you find your own way, right, through your own path on how to get there, then your financial might come into play, right? It's just that the only reason I'm saying that is because it's true with how my life has been, It all goes back around to everything of how things have worked out for, myself. So that's my best example of what I can say. So 10 ways to practice self-care. Here's another one. So number one, Get 8 hours of sleep at night. Boy, what did I just say? I've not been getting very good sleep. Hence why I'm from rambling or not making much sense. I'm sorry. I'm very tired. But anyway, getting adequate sleep is underrated in this country, but it's so important, says Dr. Gibbon. Adults should get 7 to 9 hours of sleep at night, according to the Sleep Foundation. Setting aside just 20 minutes of the evening to wind down can help prime the body for rest. Reading, journaling, or even coloring are all ways to relax before bed that don't involve screens, which get in the way of good sleep. That is so true. Anyway, I'll be right back, people. I need to go get something to drink. I'm all thirsty. Hold on. Oh, man. All right, everybody, I'm back with a vengeance. No, I'm just kidding. So, no, but like I said, if you can get, good sleep, it's always essential to do that. And it's good to rest your body with that sleep. Oh, that's probably going to wake me up a little bit. Okay. So, go for a walk in nature, which is also true. Incorporating movement into your routine is important for physical self-care. Scientific studies show that regularly walking in nature is also linked to improving mental health. That's what I was just saying. It's always good to have some kind of mental and physical routine, whether that's walking, running, boxing, any type of thing that can be a stress reducer, right? And yeah, you're going to get sore, your body's going to hurt, but think about how good you feel during it. Think about how good you feel afterwards. I'm telling you, the way that I feel after a really good run, oh my goodness. In my opinion, there's nothing better. I'm just putting that out there. Matter of fact, I might even go for a run after this podcast. I'm not even kidding. And if it's a nice day outside, I might even go outside. It's been like 58 the past couple, days. Past week, basically. And it's December. And it's almost Christmas. Where's the snow? This is what I mean by St. Louis weather for you. I'm just being silly. No, but for real though, it's really good running weather. So if I don't go to the gym, I might actually go run outside. So eat a nutrient-rich meal. Not getting enough essential nutrients can lead to feeling mentally and physically drained, which is why experts say nourishing the body with healthy foods is important. Dr. Shaw encourages engaging all the senses as you enjoy your meal, taking in its colors, smell, texture, and taste. Right, so, that's why I still intermittent fast, and then when I do eat, I'm an adult, right, so I eat what I want, but I work out enough to where I make up for it, you know what I'm saying? The point of what I'm saying is that I've been able to maintain a healthy weight because, and when I say eat what I want, I don't mean eat like junk all the time, but, I'm not gonna, not enjoy myself, but what I'm saying is that that is true, a lot of times, what I eat is a lot of healthy stuff as well, so, intermittent fasting mixed with eating right and working out the right way that I know how to, at least for my body, has really helped me mentally, which is so very true. They're not wrong about this one. So, you got to get your eating right, you got to get your meals right, you got to get your everything right, and you got to do what feels right for you. Because everybody's body is different. See what I did there? So everybody, get it, is different. What works for me might not work for you. My workouts might not work for you. You got to find what works for you. You know what I'm saying? Just because I post my videos and my martial arts and training videos or workout videos or whatever, even if my style of martial arts doesn't work for you, even if my workouts don't work for you, I just like posting them to show you, to inspire you, to be like, hey, maybe I can incorporate this in what I do to make, help me improve myself, because, I might help you with your mental health as well. Anyway. Alright, number 4, listen to a podcast. Hey, how funny is that? Especially to those who listen in, so thank you. This is an example of mental self-care that can be done at the same time as physical self-care. Listen to a podcast as a way to engage the mind. If you're not into it, try a word game. Reading or learning about a new subject, such as Dr. Gobin. Thank you, Gobin, I think this is Gobin. Meditate. Oh, yeah. Relax the mind. Meditation is very important, and not just for martial arts. It's important to meditate the mind in general. The benefits of meditation have been long established. Research shows taking time to relax and recenter can lead to better physical health, as well as fewer feelings of anxiety and depression. Journaling, number 6. Meditate. So, yeah. Meditate in your own way, whether that's like going to the steam room and relaxing, just chilling out, watching TV. Who knows? Maybe go to church, watch TV, anything just to relax your mind. And it doesn't always have to be, sitting there, closing your eyes and breathing deep and, excuse me, I'm a little gassy, breathing deep, things like that. They don't always mean that kind of meditation. It can mean like any kind of mental clarity that makes you happy, right? That's what I have to say. So any type of thing that you can do that gives you mental clarity, that brings you that happy meditative state, go for it, Okay, so now number 6, journaling. Journaling is an effective form of emotional self-care because it can help you process and understand your emotions, explains Dr. Shaw. There are many journals with specific emotions in mind, specific purposes, and I guess and emotions too, in mind, gratitude, self-love, intention, setting, and it doesn't have to be time-consuming. Even just taking 5 minutes a day to reflect can be beneficial, she says. Right, so, I guess... I've never really written down my thoughts. I've never really done journaling, but I guess maybe in a way doing this is therapeutic. Oh, it's my little guy. I think my family just got home, guys. I think that's my little buddy upstairs with my wife. It's almost time for his nap time. Hold on, I'm going to have to be quiet here for a second. Oh, he's so cute. Hold on. Oh. Anyway, I guess in a way, maybe doing this podcasting is journaling, or my videos or stuff like that. But, I guess in a way, doing this is therapeutic for me because it makes me feel good or makes me feel better knowing that maybe somewhere out there with my videos and things like that and the way I present myself and my business, I think it's helping others. At least I'm hoping that it is, or that it does. And I guess in a way, me journaling my business the way that I do, that could be my emotional self-care, and understanding my emotions to help you guys understand your emotions, and putting it out there for others to help them understand what they're going through. Maybe that's my journaling in a way. Does that make any sense? Yeah. So, I don't know. So, there are many journals with specific purposes in mind, gratitude, self-love, intention setting. And it doesn't have to be time-consuming. That is true. Even just taking 5 minutes a day to reflect can be beneficial. So journal yourself, reflect on what you want to, on how you're feeling, and either keep it to yourself or maybe I don't know, read it out to others. I don't really know. Okay, best example of this because I've never really done much journaling. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. I might have to go say hi to my little buddy here. Hold on. I'll be right back. Alright, people, I'm back. Sorry, That took so long. The little boy just got home. Had to give him his little night kiss. Well, I call it night kiss. We put him down for his nap and we put him down for his actual bedtime. It's so cute because he said night kiss after I was done wrestling with him. And actually, I was on this little boppy or whatever you call it, like those little cushions, that you can put in the corner to play in. We make a tent for him and stuff out of it. Anyway, he turned towards me and gave me a big old kiss on the lips. I was like, oh, I just love him so much. Anyway, that's a good boy. So anyway, I'm back now. So let's see. Journaling. So, number 7, connecting with a faith community. Okay, so if you have religious beliefs, connecting with like-minded individuals at a church, a temple, or mosque is a way to practice spiritual and social self-care. This is important for giving perspective on what your life is actually for, as Dr. Shaw. Setting aside this time serves as a reminder that there's more to life than going through the motions. So, yeah, if you're a religious person, for your, self-care, mental health, why not? Especially if you're lost, if you don't know what you're doing with your life, if you don't know what direction you want your life to go or where to take it, if you're not sure, where to turn to. If you can't get your own best advice, maybe you need to turn to God. Maybe you want to turn to God. Maybe He's calling you to go to Him. I'm not sure because I'm not you. I have my own personal relationship with Him. And I think my terms with God and how I go about it, I think they've worked out pretty well for me in my life. But anyway, that's a different time. But if you need to connect with the faith community, don't be afraid to do it. Don't be afraid of judgment. Don't be afraid of what people will say, because people feel about religion these days. Don't listen. If it brings you mental health and brings you mental clarity, makes you happy, go for it. Connect with the faith community. That's all I really got to say about that, because there's nothing wrong with it. Especially if you need to find yourself or find something within yourself of how to better yourself or whatever your life journey may be, Number 8. So, volunteer in your area. Anyone can put this into practice, whether they have specific religious beliefs or not. Making meals for the undeserved, participating in a clothing drive, or helping out in the local senior center are all ways to volunteer. It's another way of connecting to a bigger purpose beyond just yourself. So, I've done that before. I volunteered. I made sandwiches for the homeless. I've things of that nature. I've donated money to charities and things like that. And it does make you feel good, because if you have something to give, why not give a little bit, because it's better for the community, it's better for you, but not only that, it shows that you care. It shows that you really care about those around you, and it shows that you're a kind person, it shows your good heart, and I think it also shows your true intentions, and people will see that, and that's if those are your intentions, that's always a good thing, and you never know who you might meet along the way as you're volunteering to do stuff. You might end up making a lot of good friends along the way, especially if they have the same vision to do better for the community like you have the same vision, and that's always a good thing to build upon, and that can help with your mental health as well. Anyway, so number 9, meet a friend for coffee. Studies show a direct link between friendship and life satisfaction. That's why it's important to find time to regularly meet up with people in your life who bring you joy. If your loved ones don't live close, schedule a phone or video call. Yep, so that's why I'm always making sure that I do see friends. That's why I'm always making sure that I do spend time with my family, with my wife. That's why I'm making sure I do, when I can, go out. But, not too often because I got a little boy to take care of. But, yeah, no, that is so true. I see my friends when I can. Like I said, my brother came into town. I saw him. I'm pretty sure I'm going to end up seeing him again later today. What I'm saying is that you need to take time for yourself and for other people. And you show them that you also care about them and that you love them. Why build up a friendship or relationship and then not talk to them? Unless, I don't know, you have a falling out with them or something bad happens or you're fighting all the time. But what I'm saying is that for your mental health and your mental clarity, it is good to get out. It is good to see friends and have good laughs, have good fun laughs. Bring up old jokes, bring up old past things that made you laugh at each other or with one another. You know what I'm saying? Always have those moments where you can bring up those fun moments and never let that go, because because you never know how long those moments are going to last, right? So make sure that you make time for your friends and loved ones. Seriously, it's better for you, mentally, always. Let's see. Number 10, spend 30 minutes a week tracking your finances. So poor finances can spill over into the areas of your life, disrupting your emotional, mental, and even physical health. Setting aside 30 minutes a week to manage your money and reflect on your financial goals and help you keep your overall well-being on track. That is true. I'm always checking my bank account. I'm always making sure there's money in the account for our bills. It also helps that, my wife and I were landlords, and we do have a tenant now, and she's amazing. She actually pays her money on time every single month, hasn't missed a thing, hasn't really had any issues or complaints, which is awesome. And because of that, she really helps us out financially, and makes us feel good that we can give her a roof over her head to live under, always making sure that, things are right with us, no matter what, with our finances. And because of that, we haven't missed any payments. We've been on top of our things. We have our own house, and we can go out and spend cash how we want to, because we have enough saved up. We can do this, we can do that. So what I'm saying is that, I'm not perfect, but what makes me feel good is that knowing I'm way more mature than I was before, especially as an adult and as a dad with a wife, who's trying to manage, that, and on top of having a house too. So what I'm saying is that, you should look over finances, because if you don't have that together, then, that's not good for your mental health, because it's going to make you stressed out, and the last thing you want to stress out about is your finances, trust me, because I've been there. I know. It's not fun. I know that for a fact. So anyway, let's see. Let's go a little bit more. How to create a self-care routine. Okay, self-care isn't as time-consuming as you may think. According to Dr. Shaw, start small, she says. If you only have 5 minutes a day to devote, that's a start. The key is to at least check in with yourself once a day. Right. So, yeah. So once you start putting it into practice, you may start seeing the benefits and be encouraged to keep going. You might notice that you feel more energized throughout the day, more connected to the people around you, and more connected to yourself, she says. I do believe that is true. I guess, just a good way for me, to have self-care is, having confidence in knowing that I am who I am and being proud of that, right? And you should be proud of who you are, too. So what I mean by that is self-care. Be okay, man, this is a tough day, or this is hard, right? Let's say you're having a bad, tough day at work, and you know what? But I got hired to do this because somebody saw something in me. They like my skills, the way, or maybe, I don't know, you could think to yourself, the way they like the way I talk to others, or the way I handle situations, or the people around me, or maybe they like how friendly I am to everyone. What I'm saying is that whenever you want to be down on yourself and doubt yourself, I guess a good way of self-care or a routine would be reminding yourself of the things that you are good at, and the talents that you do have, and the things that you do that do make a difference in people's lives, and what you can offer to the world, right? And I feel like that's a good way to practice some self-care. That's what I do. And that's what keeps me energized throughout the day, and helps me connect with people and connect to myself, because it's hey, I do try to be a nice guy. I do try to go to my way to make sure everyone's safe and make sure everyone's having fun and being silly, and we can all be silly, but when something gets serious, it's time to get serious. Or I'm talking about work, but I'm also saying in general, just make sure that you do what you can to practice your self-care and make sure your mental health is right. And just be happy, have fun with it, Let's see. All three experts emphasize that self-care isn't selfish. If you're consistently feeling off or on edge, it can be helpful to come back to the list of different types of self-care to pinpoint which area you may not be prioritizing. That way, none of the areas get neglected. Oh, true. When you prioritize self-care, you get the best version of yourself, says Dr. Goldman. I can't get that right. You'll be more thoughtful, rational, compassionate, loving, and well-resourced. You know what? I do believe that is so true. Let's see. That's true. You always want to prioritize your happiness, right? And things that make you happy. Because if you don't, then, you'll be miserable. And who wants that, right? I don't think anybody ever wants to be miserable or ever be, know what I'm saying? So anyway, let's read a little bit more, and then I'm probably going to wrap things up. So, this is from verywellmind.com. 5 self-care practices for every area of your life. So, I'm just going to start reading off of these little examples, and again, giving my own examples, right? Self-care, as the name suggests, is all about caring for yourself to ensure that both your physical and emotional needs are met. All the stress... hold on. I do not want to sign up. No, thank you. All the stress relief activities in the world won't help if you weren't taking care of yourself. Meditation won't do you any good. There we go. Won't do you any good if you aren't getting adequate sleep. Okay, so this is all connecting back to what we were talking about before. In fact, when you try to meditate, you might doze off because you weren't taking care of your body's need for sleep, right? Similarly, I always have had issues with that word. Hitting the gym, there we go. We're talking about, working out. Once in a while won't relieve my stress if you're not regularly fueling your body with healthy nutrient-dense food, right? Like we were talking about before. You need to take care of your basic needs first if you want your stress relief activities to be effective. This article discusses some of these different types of self-care and why they're so important. It also covers some of the things that you can do to develop a self-care plan of your own. What is self-care? So let's see what they have to say. Self-care has been defined as a multi-dimensional, multifaceted process of purposeful engagement and strategies that promote healthy functioning and enhanced well-being. Essentially, self-care means a conscious act people take in order to promote their own physical, mental, and emotional health. There are many forms that good self-care can take. It could be ensuring you get enough sleep every night or stepping outside for a few minutes for some fresh air. It can also mean taking the time to do the things that you enjoy doing. Self-care is vital for building resilience toward those stressors in life that you can't eliminate. When you've taken steps to care for your mind and body, you'll be better equipped to live your best life. Unfortunately, however, people view self-care as a luxury rather than priority, and then consequently, they're left feeling overwhelmed, tired, and ill-equipped to handle life's inevitable challenges. Well, that is so true, because I've done that before. Isn't it funny how self-care can also turn against you as well? Let's see. So what's the next example? It's important to assess how you're caring for yourself in several different domains so you can ensure you're caring for your body, spirit, and mind. Hey, how you doing? Hold on one second, everybody. I'll be right back. Hold on.